It's not morning anymore. That was a trick question.
All right.
That was a trick answer because it wasn't a question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Jonathan and Christian Nesmith. Now what I did was I sent out an email for you to give me questions, so I'm going to read a lot of the questions myself, the ones that have been asked of me many times through the emails, and then I'm going to ask a couple questions that you have asked. So if I call out your name, then stand up, and that way we'll know who personally asked the question. Real quick, before we start this, I'd just like to say that for the end of the moderation, I want to go around the room and ask questions. Now what I'd like to ask you is, if you've already heard a question, don't ask the same question. And also, please direct your question to them personally, anything that they would have to ask personally. You want to ask them all the questions about their father, right? This is about them as well. Okay, first question. I'd like to ask both of you, what is your favorite Monkees album? What would you consider to be your favorite Monkees album?
You first?
And why? Christian first.
Me first. I don't have one. And I think the reason for that is that I was too young to even know. I wasn't even aware of the magnitude of the Monkees until I was 14 or 15 years old. And I was 1 and 2 years old when it was going on. And he was almost not even born, almost. So, to have a favorite Monkees album, I think we're in a different position because it's family. So to be a fan is a little different, you know. That's just, so there's no real. But I do have a favorite Monkees song, which is "Pleasant Valley Sunday." I gotta say that.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one. Easy answer. Headquarters for me.
Ah.
Easy. I know it's a little obvious, but it's true. I like Headquarters.
Okay, all right. Well,
Not too young to know that.
go for a question that one of you asked. Donna Thiessen, you here? Stand up. Okay, Donna wants to know, can you all do a show at Video Ranch? I love the shows that Kristen and Cersei did last year. A Nez Kids weekend on Video Ranch would be fabulous. Would that ever happen?
Do you mean you all the kids together?
Well, I was thinking like this weekend, wait, gosh, if you could all perform together, that'd be fabulous. But like if Christian and Cersei did a show, you did a show.
And then we did the show, and then Jessica did her show.
Wow, well, the weekend, blast.
Yes,
We would
in.
love to
Count
do
me
that.
in.
You should be aware that there is a lot of technical effort that goes into running Video Ranch, and not all of it is in place at this moment. So to get that fired up it takes a little work. But you know, write Nez at VR3D and tell him, hey, we want the kids to come and do it, and
Yes, do so.
and he'll fire up the VR3D engines, and we'll get that happening.
Okay. All right, the next question here. This question was asked by a lot of you, but what type of music do you personally consider your favorite, your inspiration? A rock band maybe, or writers, Beatles, anything? Well, each of you.
All right.
John, Christian, we'll just
go.
assume that Christian will start
Are you
first
ready?
since he's older.
Well,
Here it comes.
this is the one thing about growing up with Nez is that the record collection and the music around the house was enormous and eclectic. So to say that there's a one style that I love is impossible to answer. The one style that I gravitated toward as a guitar player was hard rock. So, you know, the bands of the early and mid 70s like Zapp and Aerosmith and Rush and Kiss and all those guys, you know, that's my true love at heart. But I love everything, and as you can tell with what I do with Cersei, it's I'm trying to cover all the bases that we can. So that's my answer. All right.
Here we go. I like the R&B stuff, like Stevie, or maybe Stevie Wonder, and maybe like Prince stuff. I like stuff like that. But of course, people say that the stuff that I do myself is more like Beach Boysy and XTC-like. I don't know if you all know XTC, but there we go. But the stuff that influenced me was probably the sort of R&B stuff the most. That's what I like the most.
Well, I don't know if have you guys heard the Mother of Winter stuff yet? Practically everything you hear on that is him doing it. So all those walls of vocals and all the writing and all the playing and all the engineering and all the mixing, that's all him doing that. So, I would say that all those harmonies are just really amazing to me. So if you don't have the Mother of Winter, go out there after this and pick it up, would you please?
Thank you, Christian.
All right, now actually I had a question here since we're on that topic. Jonathan, Donna Thiessen? Same person? Okay. You got a second good question for that. She says she loves your album.
Yes, I know this. I know this.
What can I see? Where can I see Mother of Winter perform? Any plans to tour the East Coast?
No plans. Never performed before. This was the first show. So, we may do some more. People have offered now, so it's nice. Yeah. So happy to do it for Jody and everybody else. So it's nice.
Yeah, that'll be up to you guys.
It'll be coming up. Yes, DC. I will be there.
Thank you.
That'll be up to you guys. Make the demand. Create the demand. Oh, by the way, I just want to jump in. And Jessica didn't make it. She feels a little headachy, so she's decided to stay in her room so she can rest up and be more available to you guys this afternoon. So she did. She sends her love, and she'll be back on it later. So don't miss her. It's not that she doesn't like you. She loves you.
Okay, well, she's not here, but I still would like to ask you a question. Somebody asked, let me see who asked this. This is Deborah Estes.
Right here.
There you go.
Okay. Deborah wants to know, and maybe you would remember this, what was it like for Jessica to bring boyfriends home? How did your father react to that? Was that an intimidation factor?
Well, you should know that most of our growing up period was spent with our mom. Our folks divorced, when I was 7-ish, like that. So Jessica was 2. So there was, we definitely spent time in both households. But we grew up in a little house in the San Fernando Valley, raised by our mom, who did it all by herself with 3 kids and working Nez was there, and Nez was never not supportive of us. He was always right there, but she had the hands-on and the day-to-day, and put us all through school and gave us our daily lessons.
So what did Mom think?
So what did Mom think? And I think, like any mother and teenage daughter, there was a lot of fun there. A lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
All right, this is going to be directed to the both of you as well. What are your personal hobbies? Do you have something that you don't think people might know about you that you want to tell them? Maybe you ride motorcycles, something like that.
Did you say personal hobbies?
Personal hobbies.
Personal hobbies.
You go first.
No, nothing's a hobby. Nothing is a hobby for me. It's all done in earnest. It's not, I don't dabble in anything. So, I don't know. Does that sound? Is that even what you meant?
Well, it's not like we do anything that's, or for me, it's not like I crochet just to relax. Right? Well, Cersei does do beading, though. She does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she does do beading. I think, all the things that we dabble in are things that we can actually apply to our art. So I've learned how to use Final Cut, and you've seen some of the Cersei videos that we made. And by the way, One Drop of Poison video. You guys know that?
Yeah.
That's him. And where are you, Susan? Right there.
And her. Yes.
That was those guys. Every single image in that is a still picture None of it is actually in, in footage or video, and they animated that, and that was completely Susan's concept as director, and Jonathan, and they did it all in Africa. So that's what a hobby yields, is
exactly. That's what I mean.
One Drop of Poison video.
Right.
Okay, this next question, I was asked this by quite a few people who sent me an email that had something to do with this, but I'm going to kind of just put it into a nutshell. If you could describe your father in one sentence to you, to somebody that has never met him before or may not know about him, what would you say? One sentence. Describe him in one sentence.
You keep making me go first. So.
Oh, me, okay.
You're the older one.
Word. Extraordinary.
Not bad.
That's my choice.
Not even a sentence, but one word.
Word.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Okay, I'm going to go innovative.
I'll agree.
And expand on that of, your father's known as a pioneer, obviously, especially with MTV, but let me ask you personally, what do you consider the thing that you're most proud of that your father has accomplished? We'll start with Jonathan this time.
Okay. The thing that I like most about, well, it's the body of work. That's what I'm most impressed. So that's, there it is. The one thing is the whole thing. That's the one thing I like. It's amazing. It just ranges over everything. He does multimedia. It's fantastic. I like the body of work. That's what I think is the most amazing thing that he ever did.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. And those things are not just limited to multimedia. When we were doing the Monkees tour this last summer, he decided to explain to me about how he's learning quantum physics. Just for fun. Yeah, it's a hobby, right? That's a hobby. So that's Nez. He's diving into quantum physics and hangs out with the Amazon guy and the Tesla guy. That's the kind of cronies he keeps because he's just so into being extraordinary and innovation. So it really is. Thank you, Jonathan, for letting me repeat your answer.
You're welcome.
All right. Next question. I asked you about the Monkees, but now let me ask you solo. What would you consider your father's best solo album, or what means the most to you?
I can go. There's two main moments for me. It's the opening of Magnetic South. It's the first three solos. It's the first three solo songs that he did after the Monkees, and it comes out with that triptych with Calico and 9 Times Blue and Little Red Rider, and that's an amazing moment to me. And I also I just love Dogma. Infant Rider is just a killing album, and so those two places are really cool to me.
Good, nice ones. I liked Loose Salute as a little boy. Was probably my favorite record growing up, but today and the hits just keep on coming. That's the one, super personal, super intimate, totally shows off the amazing songwriting. That's the record for me.
There you go.
That's my personal favorite as well. All right, our next question here. What would you consider over the years being, the son of Michael Nesmith, the strangest experience that you ever had? The strangest thing that's ever happened to you as a result of him being your father. Jonathan?
Well, who asked that? Do we get to know that, or is that emailed in or phoned in?
I'm sorry?
Who asked that question?
No, that was...
emailed in or something?
2 or 3 people had emails that said, what was anything strange happen as a result of being
But see, strange is the norm, so I don't know what to say. It's all just... It was all strange and all par.
Yeah.
So...
surreal is more what you're saying.
Sure,
right?
surreal, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that there's one moment. However, you know, being the kid of an icon is a little interesting because many people assume that you're going to be them or do them or want to emulate them, or they want you to emulate them. I can't tell you how many times in my own musical circumstances, growing up in LA, doing club gigs, and I'll just be talking to somebody that I'll be having a real good time with, and then you know they'll either put it together with the last name, or somebody will run up, you know whose dad is, and the light behind their eye just shifts, and then I cease to be me. And you, oh no, and so I mean, but that's just all I'm saying is that that's an odd moment. It is a strange moment, and it's happened many, many times. Randy, are you in here? Randy Blackbaum? No. Okay, go look on. But if you want a strange moment, no. I know you guys perused his Facebook pictures, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. The strangest moment is old Nez with young Nez hair that Randy Blackwell put together. Go check it out. That's strange. But I love it, and Nez loves it too. It's hilarious. Okay, there you go.
Jonathan?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right, well, next question here. Just out of curiosity, this is my own personal question. The Prison, which is an innovative album, I mean, one of the greatest albums. There's a recurring theme in your father's songs, a couple of your father's songs, Marie's theme, or My Marie in Here I Am. Who's Marie?
It's a really nice name.
Is that all? It's not actually named after any specific person, or?
I wasn't there when he wrote it, so I have no idea. You know, to ask us about what his creative process is sort of not going to yield much.
Okay. Oh, we'll go to the next question. Christian, you're part of a Led Zeppelin tribute band, Led Zeppelin.
It's true. Interesting. Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, and do you tour on the East Coast? A lot of people here are from the East Coast and would love to see the band. I certainly would.
That's a day job. That's a straight day job. Tribute band world is very, very interesting. We're going to be real nice about that one. I see people get very, very attached to what they're screaming out at me when I'm on stage with the wig. You guys seen the wig, right? Yeah. And they're screaming out, Jimmy! I'm not Jimmy. I play the part of Jimmy, and only for that hour and a half on stage. As soon as I walk out of there, the wig comes off, the costume comes off. It's a day gig. I like playing those songs and have liked playing those songs my whole life, just for fun. So I happen to be qualified for the job. But, and I really, really was a huge Jimmy Page fan when I was young. But it's a gig. It's just a straight gig, and there are many Zeppelin tribute bands in this country, and they're all very competitive. So for us to be able to get from it's crazy. For us to be able to get from the West Coast to the East Coast and not have the prominent Zeppelin tribute band that's in this area per se, and not get shot, chances are kind of high. So, but we love to. It's a fun gig. I get to, it's thousands of screaming people enjoying really, really loud rock and roll. So how can you not dig that? But again, that's not me. It's just something that I do. What I do is really with Cersei. So that's
that's a good segue. I wanted to ask you about that as well. What would you consider, Cersei Link obviously played the guitar. Do you have any plans to tour the East Coast, and what can you tell us as far as, if you want to describe the band to somebody who's never heard it before, what would you say?
Cersei?
Yes.
Well, Cersei and I are again, the word eclectic comes up. We try to use the term cowboy jazz, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that completely covers everything we do? No. So, and plans to tour? Yeah. What are you guys doing Tuesday and Wednesday, right? right? Crossroads and Garwood. Thank you guys. So we're doing our best. And any Kickstarter supporters in here? It's your guys' help that's the reason why we're able to play these next few shows with the full band. That's why. Okay, so we're really, really grateful. And we want to do more. So maybe next year we'll do more.
Okay, all right, now we're going to open it up and see if anybody out here has any questions. What I'm going to do is, if you have a question, raise your hand, I'll point you out. Please stand up, announce your name, and then announce who you'd like to direct your question to. Who has questions? Okay, let's go right there. Yes, you. Stand up. What's your name?
Hi.
My question is, to both of you actually, what is your favorite concert you've ever been to? Your aha moment.
I definitely have an answer to that.
Really? One of the earliest, I guess maybe a Van Halen concert. I did like a Kiss concert when I was young. I did a Rush concert when I was young. And then I did a Van Halen concert, when I'm 12, 13, something like that. And I don't know what it was. What's that?
No, keep going.
And the Van Halen, they were just freaking out. And I loved it. So, where's any Romeo the Lighters out here?
Yeah. That is so funny that he said that. I think I was 16, and I went to 2 concerts, 2 weekends in a row. And the first concert was Van Halen Fair Warning Tour, which was amazing. And the next weekend was Rush Moving Pictures Tour. So those 2 weekends in a row of those 2 bands, which could be very, very well said. Look at, I'm sitting here doing this. Wow. The pinnacle of both of those bands, and I got to see them, and it was amazing. So that was very clear to me, and he happened to say Rush and Van Halen, didn't he? So there you go.
All right.
That was it.
That was it.
All right, who's got another question over here? All right, stand up. What's your name?
Jeff.
And who's your question for?
You did a great job, by the way, James. I have a question for Christian. You've had a chance in the last 2 Monkees tours to experience Monkey Mania from the inside. You've been on the outside for so long. What's it like? What's it like being on the road with the guys? And
I have not been on the outside. I've been on the inside my whole life, son. No, but I do know what you're saying. It's, again, the fans are amazing. You guys are amazing because, mostly because of the diversity of the fans, and that's because of the diversity of monkey music. You got all these great different writers. You got all these great different musical styles. And so you're appreciative. I mean, I hear people cheering for Rush. I mean, these are Monkees fans, right? So you get it. And then you guys have welcomed Cersei into your fray and the stuff that she does. And so that's the most amazing thing is that the fans are so loving, so embracing, and so now that I get to walk off stage and go, hi, how you doing? And it's a real one-on-one connection, and they get all the stuff that's going on. So that's pretty much.
All right.
Good.
Thanks for your question. I got a question right here, actually. Stand up. Tell everybody your name and who you...
Hi, Angie.
Yes, we know you.
My question is, given your upbringing and who your dad is, most kids dream of growing up to be firemen, cops. Did you guys ever have any oh, I want to be this when I grow up, or did you always know you were going to be in music?
Yeah, very good.
Did I always know I was going to be into music? I'm sorry, musician, is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, doing something in music, or did you dream?
Well, Christian was playing all along. I have no memory of Christian not playing. For me, I was into art and animation.
You should see some of the early
And so, when I was 16. It was like one of my best friends took up an instrument, and they said, "Yeah, I'm going to start playing bass. What do you think?" And I thought, it's just too late for me. It's too late. I can't. I'll never. I'm 16. Christian's already been playing 18-ish years. I thought I can't start now. It's just too late. 16. Can't do it. So it was, for all that time, it was animation and art, and that's what I was into. So that's part of why we, do the music videos and the animation, with Susan and everything. But then I got into it, so I guess I always knew it was going to be a part of what I did, the music. But not a musician from the beginning. On the other hand,
there's an age-old discussion between nature versus nurture, and I definitely lean much more towards nurture. I think that the surroundings of that's why we follow in our Father's footsteps, because that's what they do, and that's what you've seen, and that's what you can understand because they can explain it to you, and you're in that environment. And being immersed in music, whether doing it or listening to it from day one, both of us, all of us. I think it's only natural to gain an understanding of it that's better than most because we're just immersed in it. And don't let him fool you. He got it right from the get-go. Whether he was actually operating the fingers, that doesn't make any difference. He understood. And I never knew a time that I didn't love music. I just got it. I understood it. It made sense to me. But I still think that that's more nurture just because I was around it.
All right. I'm over here now. Anybody have any questions on this side of the room? Okay, stand up. What's your name?
I'm Jess. My question is, well, first for Jonathan, can you describe what kind of feelings you were feeling like performing for the first time? And then also for Christian, your performance with Mike last night, like how was that for you being able to not only share the stage, but also letting you kind of take the reins on the solo and the guitar and everything?
Your question was, how did you feel about your first time playing?
It's not my first time playing. I played shows all in LA for years.
Oh.
But this stuff I never brought to the stage. It's been, I kind of did studio work for the last, at least 8 years. And so it's just been a long time. It's not the first time by a stretch.
You were fantastic, by the way.
What's that? Say
You were fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, what about this room, though? But the room is a little, how it is. It's a ballroom. It's a little funny. Sounds funny in here. But thank you for saying so.
Oh, and don't ever think that anybody but Nez has the reins.
All right.
Hold on. But that said, he makes it a point to surround himself with fantastic musicians. I'm not saying that about myself. I'm saying the fact that I get to stand next to Joe Chimay and Paul Line and Bo and all those guys. So that's those guys are the real deal. Those are the real deal. So the fact that I get to stand up there and kind of burn for a couple of tunes is amazing. But I'm more honored to be able to sit there and hold it down because you guys. Did everybody see the show last night? Well, here's a little thing. He says that was the first time ever doing a whole show without a guitar in his hands. First time ever.
He looked ridiculous. No, it was awesome. I loved it. We got hand gestures. A lot of hand gestures. Nice.
I couldn't see that. I had my head down, but I take the word for it. But I do know that because his hands were free, he got to really deliver on the meaning of the song and what his emotion was of the song. And my Lord, did he sing his butt off last night or what? Some of the best vocals I've ever heard him do. So.
All right, thanks. We got another question over here.
Hey, Paul. Hey, she's got a Cersei Wing shirt on.
Good question.
Hi, I have a question for Christian, but Jonathan, feel free to answer if you're a Led Zeppelin fan. I'd like to know what your favorite Led Zeppelin album is and why it's your favorite.
Houses of the Holy. easily. It's the most well recorded, it's the most well executed, it's the most innovative as far as what they were trying to express in all these different areas. And it has the quintessential Led Zeppelin song on it, which is The Ocean, which is, you know, great heavy riffs, Bonham at his best, Plant at his best, a perfect solo, and a big blues break at the end, you know, so. There.
I'll give it to Physical Graffiti. It's a lot of range there.
Let's do a couple more, okay, Tom?
All right, got a question. What's your name? Merton. This question for Jonathan. The first time I seen you was this weekend, and it just clicked this morning. Has anyone ever confused you with a very funny guy named Harlan Williams?
Harlan Williams, the actor?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
No. All right, we're going to get...
Sorry, you couldn't be here tonight.
We're going to get one more question, and we're going to let these guys get back into the vendor room. The end of the last day today. Who has another question? Right over here? Okay. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Gia.
We know that.
Christian, I wanted to know how you met Cersei and how the two of you decided to collaborate together.
Well, okay, if Cersei was sitting on this stage, you're gonna get slightly different stories. But only a little bit. No, she was looking for a player. She had just started doing music. I don't know if you know about this, but one day...
Is this the Christian version or the Cersei version?
I'm not telling. I don't know if you know this, but one day she just decided to write 3 songs. She had never written any songs ever before, and she wrote 3 Bells, A Lady, and Travelin' Daddy all together. I don't know if you know these songs, but they're pretty darn good. And she just wrote them in her head and wrote them in, sung them into. She did a demo of those songs and took a liking to it. And then she was looking for a player to sort of go out and do some other things, and I got recommended. And then the part that I don't usually tell, but I will tell now, that she likes to tell, is that I was resistant to her, because actually I had played 5 years in an acoustic band, and I wanted to get back to electric guitar. She said, "No, take my demo, take my demo." No, I really don't, you know, take my demo, what are you playing? So she finally got it to me, mailed it to me, and I looked at it, and I put it in, and I was instantly like, oh, this is the real deal. She's the real thing. And then I looked at the cover, and I gave her a call. All right. And I will tell you one thing else, that I gave my mom that original 3-song demo, and I told her that we had been talking on the phone just a little bit by that time. Our courtship was, she was down in Long Beach, 40 miles away, and we talked for an hour at least every day for the first month that we knew each other, without much seeing each other. So our romance actually happened in our heads and our hearts, not our bodies, and I think that's one of the reasons why we're still together. But my mom took one look at this same thing, and she looked at the picture. It's the picture that's on More Songs, the first record. And she said, "This is the woman you're going to spend the rest of your life with."
Wow.
Aww. Never met her. Never met her.
Wow.
We're 12 years on. There you go. All right. Oh, that makes me a little quick left. Think about my mom. Okay.
All right, well,
can I just say something? Little just heart to Samantha.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
all right, well, Christian, Jonathan, I want to thank you very much for coming up here and answering some questions for us today.
Thank you.
You guys are going to get back in the vendor room, and don't forget, Cersei and Christian will be playing at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so come back and see the show.
Thank you, guys. And we'll be at 2 o'clock and go over to see Mother of Winter and get all that stuff there. All right. I'm going to go back in there. Thank you, everyone.